Hello, students. Let's begin our social science class in continuation of NCRT Geography chapter Physical Features of India. Today's contents Physiographic Divisions of India and part the Peninsular Plateau. When we talk about plateau, it is a flat tapped top table land. A plateau is a flat top table land. How are peninsular plateaus formed? A peninsular plateau is tableland composed of the old crystalline, igneous, and metamorphic rocks. It was formed due to the breaking and drifting of the Gondwana and thus making it a part of the oldest landmass. When you will see the picture of this map, you will understand that the plateau, peninsular plateau consists of two broad divisions, namely the Central Highlands and the Deccan Plateau. The division of the peninsular plateau, respectively, in the Central Highland and Deccan Plateau, are comprises like the Central Highlands comprises by the Malwa Plateau, the Bundelkhand, the Baghelkhand, the Chota Nagpur Plateau, whereas the Deccan Plateau consists of the Deccan Trape, the Western Ghats, the Eastern Ghats, and the Northeast extension. Now we are going to see the features of this division. The Central Highland, the parts of the peninsular plateau lying in the north of the Narmada River, covering a major area of Malwa Plateau, is known as the Central Highland. Features of Central Highland: the Vindhya range is bounded by Satpura range on the south and the Aravali on the northwest. The further westward extension gradually merged with sandy and rocky desert of Rajasthan. The flow of the rivers draining this region, namely the Chambal, the Sindh, the Betwa, and the Kane. The Central Highlands are wider in the west but narrower in the east. The eastward extension of this plateau are locally known as the Bundelkhand and Baghelkhand. The Chota Nagpur plateau marks the further eastward extension drained by Damodar River. So these all are the feature of Central Highland. Now we are going to discuss about the Deccan Plateau. The Deccan Plateau, it is a triangular landmass that lies to the south of river Narmada. Features of Deccan Plateau: the Satpura range flanks its broad base in the north, while the Mahadev, the Kaimur Hills, the Maikal range from its eastern extension. The Deccan Plateau is higher in the west and slopes gently eastward. An extension of the plateau is also visible in the northeast, locally known as the Meghalaya, Karbi, Anglong Plateau, and North Kachar Hills. Three prominent hills ranges from the west to the east are the Garo, the Khasi, and the Jaintia. So these are the feature of Deccan Plateau. The Western Ghats, Shaidri, locally Western Ghat locally known as Shaidri, and the Eastern Ghat mark the western and eastern edges of Deccan Plateau respectively. So we are going to discuss the features about Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat. By the picture on the right hand side, the green part is Eastern Ghats, and in left side the green picture shown in the map of peninsula, that is Western Ghat. So Eastern Ghat on right side and the left side Western Ghat. We are going to talk about the features of Western and Eastern Ghat. And there's a question: distinguish between Western and Eastern Ghat. The Western Ghat lie on the western margin of the Deccan Plateau, the first point of Western Ghat, whereas the first point of Eastern Ghat, it lie on the eastern margin of Deccan Plateau. Second point, the Western Ghat are higher in elevation and the Eastern Ghat are lower in elevation. Third point, their average elevation is from 900 to 1600 meter, whereas the Eastern Ghat, third point, their average elevation is 600 meter. Then fourth point, they have a continuous chain of mountains and can be crossed through passes only, whereas the Eastern Ghat mountain chains are not continuous and are denuded by the rivers which flow into the Bay of Bengal. Fifth point, no major river has cut across them, whereas they have been cut across by major rivers like Godavari, Mahanadi, Krishna, and Kaveri. One more feature is there that also a part of distinguish between the highest peak, the Anaimudi, 2695 meters, situated in Western Ghat, whereas Mahendragiri, 1501 meter, is the highest peak in the Eastern Ghat. Please remember, if the question related to Western Ghat, then you will write Anaimudi, and when it is mentioned highest peak in Eastern Ghat, this, and altogether the highest peak in Western and Eastern, means the Deccan Plateau, is Anaimudi. Then one of the distinct features of the peninsular plateau is the black soil area known as Deccan Trap. This is of volcanic origin, hence the rocks are igneous rocks, have denuded over time and are responsible for formation of black soil. Aravali Hill lie on the western and northwestern margin of the peninsular plateau. They extend from Gujarat to Delhi in southwest northeast direction. Aravali Hills lies in western and northwestern margin of peninsular plateau and extend from Gujarat to Delhi. Question related to the topic. Name the plateau lies in the south of river Narmada. What is the local name of the Western Ghats? That is not in book but in my video. Which is the highest peak of the Deccan Plateau? Then name the mountain range which bounds Central Highlands on the northwest. Continue. Explain the formation of the peninsular plateau. These all 1 mark question. What is the plateau? Then name 2 broad divisions of the peninsular plateau and 3 features of each. 1 plus 2 plus 2, 5 mark question. First you will write the name of division of peninsular plateau like Central Highland and Deccan Plateau. Then 3 features of Central Highland and 3 features of Deccan Plateau. Then distinguish between Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats. 3 points in Eastern Ghats and 3 points of Western Ghat. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.